Good afternoon, hello, my name is Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. I'm with my good friend Louis Dunn here, and together we're going to be documenting our race at the Outlaw Full. Now, if you followed the Outlaw triathlons, you'll know that there's been a bit of a change with regard to the course structure for tomorrow. The swim is cancelled, there's some algae in the water that apparently makes you really ill, so the organisers have had to make the difficult decision to cancel the swim. That means for the full distance triathlon, you're doing a 5k run, the full bike 112 miles, and then a marathon.
Yeah.
And my event, which was the aqua bike, is now just bike, which is sort of my dream event. Now, I know that for a lot of people, they've aimed to do a full distance triathlon. They've trained for it for months and maybe years. So I feel for you, but my personal perspective is that it is a first world problem. Just try and make the best of the weekend what you can, and you can go and do another one another day, hopefully, I'm sure. So we're going to be following my journey tomorrow and Louis, because they're different. And yeah, look forward to hearing a bit more about, Louis, your motivations for doing this race, because there is a lot. I'm just about to go through check-in, so we'll do it on the other side, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good.
So Louis, you've kindly been on this channel a couple of times before, but we're here today to do a race. Talk me through your motivations for doing this race. The date has a significant meaning to you. Give me the rundown.
Yeah, so I mean, Outlaw Full at the start of the year was came up as sort of my A race for the whole year. It's one that can give you, well, could give you a pro license opportunity to get that, and also it falls on the 28th of July, so 8 years ago tomorrow, my dad passed away, and he was, main inspiration for me to get into long distance racing. I live in Nottingham. I come down with him watching the start, when it was a mass start in the past, so that's sort of what got me into do long distance rather than short course or anything. And it's never fallen. I knew, last few years I've done it twice before, and it's been around and about then, but I knew from a few years ago it would, if they carried on the last weekend of July plan that Outlaw do, it would fall on the day. So yeah, I mean, it would have been perfect. It would have been my last amateur race in an ideal world where I get a pro license, or had it before, but things have changed this year. I got a bit of an injury, and now with it being the duathlon, it does mean British Triathlon rules state that you can't get a license because it's been altered. So yeah, I mean, I'm still, I'm just racking now. I'll turn up on the day. I don't quite know what's going to happen for injury reasons and pro license reasons, and but hopefully just go out there, have a good day. And my dad races a smile on his face, and rode a bit stupidly sometimes. We'll just catch everyone on the bike, and just attack and overtake, and then die on the run or die halfway through the bike. So might just be a bit of that.
Yeah, good. All right, well, thanks for sharing all that. And exactly as you say, we're just going to make the most of what you can tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah. That's exactly what the plan is. I mean, I don't know what it will be. I've not even decided in my own head what the plan is, race plan or overall plan. Just a case of figuring that out and trying to do what my dad will want to do, what I want to do, and honour a big race in my life.
Awesome. All right, let's get stuck in.
Let's get to it.
Thanks. So it's 5 to 6 in the morning. The race would normally start at 6 AM, but because of the change in format, because of the no swim, they've pushed it back a little bit. Did you enjoy your line this morning, Liz?
I don't really know if we can call it that.
4:15. Anyway, so we're walking to the start now. I've just got changed. Hoob have sent me a really nice new tri-suit, the Sub 7, the Ali Brownlee tri-suit. Unfortunately, I can't quite fit in it comfortably enough, and Liz has pointed out you can see my butt crack through it.
When you bend forward.
Yeah, obviously it's not their fault, it's mine, but work to do over the next 5 weeks to get in a bit better shape to hopefully fit in that bit better. So I'm in now like my road suit, which is good, it's got pockets, bigger chamois, etc. And given that I am only doing a bike ride, that just makes sense. So anyway, we're going to get in transition now. I'm going to put bottles on my bike. That is about it. Take the bag off my drivetrain. Because it's just a bike ride, there's nothing to really do, so I'll probably just chat to some people.
Well,
get in some people's way.
New there, then.
I know, for a change, yeah. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Let's go and find Louis. So it's all going transition because the run is starting down there. Everybody's heading that way, but of course not for me. Louis already headed down to focus on his day. He's not said much about it in this video up to yet, I know, but he has really struggled with his running in the last few weeks. So he might not get through this first 5K, but he's going to give everything he's got. Obviously, we know the motivation he's got for today, but he still doesn't want to properly injure himself. So his bike's here, he's not here, but he did want to say thanks to TriathlonDan for motivating him through today. I'm looking forward to getting on the bike. I'll be in the mix there somewhere, nowhere near the front guys, but having a good day. And I'm going to use it as a time trial opportunity. I've never actually done a 100-mile time trial, so good opportunity to do 112. Let's get stuck in.
So we've left Daniel at the start line at home pair point. We are now in Car Colston, ready to see him and the rest of the cyclists come through. Different dynamics this morning, with it being a run to begin with for a lot of the athletes. So we're looking forward to seeing how that's played out and see who heads out first. Let's go. We've moved to Cafe Velo Verde now, the official supporters cafe. As you can see, everyone is having great fun behind me. We've seen Daniel a couple of times, but I think, Chris, it's time for a coffee, don't you? So we're just in the queue for the cafe. If Daniel had been a bit quicker, we wouldn't have been in this queue. We're not impressed. If we miss you next time round, Daniel, then we're sorry, because we are prioritising getting our breakfast. I'm with Abby. I've just met Abby inside the cafe whilst we're both waiting for our food. And Abby, you are a big fan of the aquabike, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm so happy that Outlaw are doing an aquabike. So I love triathlon, but I'm a terrible runner. So for me, like, aquabike's been a bit of a saving grace for my confidence. So I was actually meant to be racing today. Sadly, last weekend I fell off my bike and sprained my ankle on my last training ride, so very disappointed, but I've decided to still come out and support. So yeah, it's such a great event and the really great area that we've got here to support as well. So also, like, really happy that Dan is doing aquabike and kind of giving it this platform, because I think most people still don't know that it exists, and it's great if, one, you're like me, a terrible runner, or like Dan, who, you know, has had a tough year and actually it's an option if you can't run at the moment. So I'm so grateful for what he's doing and providing that platform.
Brilliant. Well, it's been lovely to meet you today. Enjoy the rest of your day supporting, and hopefully you can get back out on the race soon.
Definitely, and good luck to Dan. So
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you. Thanks.
Okay, so we've got somebody else here now. So this is Ben. Ben, you are just recovering from Challenge Roth, aren't
Just
you?
about,
so
yeah,
I'll let you fire away.
Yeah, so obviously I just did Challenge Roth 2 weeks ago, so that means obviously triathlon's embedded in me a bit. So thought we'd pop up to Nottingham I was supposed to obviously support abs. Unfortunately, injury and cancelled swim that threw that away. But we're here to support Alex, who's a fellow club member in the Beccles Triathlon Club. I think he's taken it as a bit of a sportive today. Obviously just doing the bike, fellow aquabiker, and then I always get a chance to give Dan a shout if he's at any races I'm at as well.
Awesome. Well, have a great day, and thanks very much for chatting with us.
Thanks guys, thank you.
Alice. Okay.
You're meant to be peddling that,
Not the race debrief I wanted to find. However, I did have a really good 90 miles.
Well, at least you're
Which is
all
good
right.
for.
It's just...
You had a good day?
Well, can I just say,
What?
2 hours ago I purchased a sausage and egg
Did
cup,
you?
and I've still not ate it yet.
Well, is that because you're vegetarian? Would you hold that, please? Thank you. Oh, well, I mean, I might as well do the race debrief here, hadn't I? How's your day been?
We've had a great time. It's just been really manic. So
How's it been manic? You've been stood the same
while
place.
you're doing your race debrief, I'm going to go and have a 5-minute eating.
Okay. All right. Well, I might as well talk about the event now, right? Or my event, because we're going to catch up with Louis later on. The last time I saw Louis, he was in the lead group. I assume he still was on the last lap, was he? Or not?
I haven't seen Louis.
Have you not? In a white tri-suit? You not seen him at all?
We assumed he'd not
Oh, you lot have done a terrible job. I've done a better job spectating and supporting. I'm competing. He was one of the first into T1.
Well, you told us he was in all black.
No, I know. I thought I was in a white tracksuit. We'll catch up with Louis later on. But more importantly, he was in the league group. Whatever. My race. I had a real good time. I sort of got out I was maybe 60th or 70th on the road, I don't really know, and I was on my own for a while. And then we formed a small group, drafting legally and riding pretty well, I think. I took one turn on the front, and it wasn't fast enough for the guys I was riding with. And then another group caught us, and we're about 8 or 9 riders. It's too many. The roads are too twisty. There's too many corners. You end up bunching up and stretching out, and people are getting stressed with each other. Me as well, because you all want to ride fairly, and it's just too hard. It's too hard to do that. So I took the well-informed decision to just absolutely batter it at some random point to try and just separate the group, and I did, and Andrew Kelly came with me, and then we've stayed away for the last 60 miles or so, nearly 2 laps I've ridden with Andrew Kelly, which is a real good rider, and I thought we were going to ride it in to the finish, but obviously not. But we put some good time into the riders that were behind us. There was a guy in the group that actually shouted, I don't know who it was, and he didn't mean it nastily, but he shouted at me. We were going down a hill when he came past, and he said, use that weight, Dan, use that weight. And for some reason it just got to me a bit, and that's why I then thought, right, I will do that and watch this, and then use that to motivate me to kick on, because I know people say things in races, they don't always mean it, but I don't know. Anyway, so I've had a good day. I've unfortunately punctured, I haven't really covered that, have I? I don't know if you guys have or not. There's a corner up here, and there's some potholes on the inside, and I've already been round it twice, so I know they're there, but when I just rattled through it again, it just punctured, it split the rear sidewall. I put a CO2 in it, and it just comes straight out, so there's just no point trying to, I've got a tube with me, but to be honest, the faff of trying to go and fit a tube to then just roll in, I was not that motivated to go through all that aggro, and I think the tube would come through the sidewall anyway. The moral of that story is don't use paper thin tyres on British roads, but there you go. And I need to get to the finish line because we're in charge of doing finish line interviews, so I don't want to spend ages repairing the bike on the side of the road and not be able to get back. But let's get back to do that, and then let's catch up with Louis because he is out there. Have you got any footage of him? Of the front group? No. Given that I've got some time in my hands, I've had a baby wipe shower at the side of the road and got changed. But my trainers are in transition, so I've got my cycling shoes on and casual clothes, so I reckon
a nice handbag.
Oh yeah, well this is for the finish line stuff. We actually need to get there ASAP. Let's go. So this is the first time I've ever actually been passenger princess. Normally I do all the driving everywhere. It's not a man thing, it's just because I'm a better driver. When you pass your test first time, you get a certain level of prestige. So, anyways. And what you'll hear often come from Liz's mouth when she's driving, particularly my car, is whoops, bumped up a curb, whoops, reversing into a wall, whoops. Isn't it, Liz?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot there's no parking sensors in this car, so I just reversed into something. I could get used to this. Alright, Louis, I don't think either of us had the day that we'd hoped for, but talk me through how your day went out there. I last saw you in T1, right in the mix, so you had a good first run?
Yeah, first run was good. I mean, we all set off pretty conservative. I think it was all a mutual agreement. Well, I didn't know what we came in at, but everyone, apart from one guy, was a bit excited, I think. We all came in together.
I love that though, I think if you want to go for it,
Yeah, he had the balls in it, so he went for it. I was in a bit of pain then with my knee, but I thought let's just go for it, get on the bike. Decent transition, and then you just get out on the bike. And first lap, it was reminded me of Holcomb 2023. I must have been about 10 or 15 of us all together, and we were flying around it. I was trying to be at the front of the group, do the work, just to there's no point drafting around hundreds of miles, and also to make it hard and enjoy it and whatnot. A few splits happened near the end of the first lap, which I was on the wrong side of, unfortunately, a surge, which I thought I could have bridged, but we didn't, and so I ended up with a group of 4 of us, working decently well, apart from one at the back. That's always how it goes. There's always one, and then maybe we were going 40k an hour probably for average, and then 80 miles in, my knee was maybe hurting a little bit from the first run, and I sort of decided I wasn't going to complete the whole thing, so I just tried to enjoy it. you know, has a few memories in my mind, and just sat up and enjoyed riding my bike as much as I could. So I cruised it in.
What was it like coming into transition, coming past all the crowd?
Yeah.
I bet the commentator was shouting you because they know you and so on. Was that good?
Yeah, it was good. It's obviously disappointing because, you know, I didn't finish in this. I find it like it's disrespectful in my mind and to not finish, but I have my reasons and it's hard to get past that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the support out there was mental. Like even people that know you, people that don't, everyone was cheering. People out there, as you will see, like on camp chairs and whatnot. And then yeah, you come into T2 and I put my run shoes on. I thought I knew I couldn't run like when he was gone straight away, but I thought I want to run out, I want to run back past the finish line, and then just to see everyone and then call it there. So that's what happened.
I'd happily slate somebody if they pull out because it's hard or wasn't winning.
Yeah.
You can't battle through an injury and to potentially put yourself in a lot worse trouble. Running 26 miles is no joke after having already ran 5k as well. So Louis, thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for sharing your story with us as well. I appreciate it. We'll see you in the race soon.
Hopefully, yeah, not too soon.
No, not too soon. At some point.
Yeah, hopefully I get a few races in.
Awesome. Thanks very much. Cheers.